Welcome back to the Trax Clubhouse. My name is Alex Vanover. I am, of course, from the Trax Network, and today I have the distinct pleasure and honor of reviewing, deep diving, and discussing the 1987 classic horror comedy tween film, The Monster Squad. Grab some treats, grab some candy, grab something to drink. We're going to have some fun. And by the end of this episode, you might be a member of the goddamn club. All right. This this classic film was directed by a guy named Fred Decker. He's known for Night of the Creeps, of course, The Monster Squad, and RoboCop 3. RoboCop 3 I kind of roasted on one of my previous episodes because I said that RoboCop, Peter Weller, didn't even want to be in RoboCop 3. So all of his movies made money, though. So Night of the Creeps was profitable. Monster Squad made money on the back end. RoboCop 3 was profitable, which just is mind-boggling, by the way. Slash-O-Maniacs, can't believe that. The writer, maybe a guy you've heard of before, I'm sure you have, Shane Black. He wrote Lethal Weapon. He wrote The Monster Squad. He wrote The Last Boy Scout, which is an amazing... Love that movie. It's like kind of a schlocky action movie with Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis, but I love it. Last Action Hero, which was a movie with Schwarzenegger. It was kind of a flop, but I think it still made money. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Iron Man 3. Jeez Louise. The Nice Guys. The Predator. And he also, if you don't know who he is, by all these things he's written, Predator, the 1987 movie, he played Hawkins. So he's one of the guys in the Arnold squad. He gets taken out real early, though. He's got glasses. He's kind of telling jokes and stuff. The cast. Let's get into the cast of the Monster Squad. Now, this is a guy that we actually interviewed on the channel, and the full interview is available in Trax Classics. I think I'll link the interview in the description of this video. So, Andre Gower. Super, super nice guy. Wonderful man. He plays Sean Crenshaw. He's the star. He's the leader of the Monster Squad. He also, I think he self-produced and directed the acclaimed hit documentary Wolfman's Got Nards, so about the Monster Squad. So he's all Monster Squad all the time, and I love it. I love him for it. I like it when people embrace their past or embrace things that they're known for. I don't like it when people get so upset or offended that people want to talk to them about something they're popular for or what they're known for. I like it when the actors are really interactive and, like, kind of accept their fate and love it. So Andre's one of those guys. I dig it. Kind of very JDF-esque Green Ranger, White Ranger thing. Just like loves his fans, loves that he was part of this amazing film, and he gives back to the fans. So great guy. He was in TV shows mostly. So he was in the A-Team, Highway to Heaven, Knight Rider, Night Court, TJ Hooker, the new Twilight Zone. He was on a show called Mr. President, My Two Dads, which was a favorite of mine growing up. The Hogan Family, which was another favorite of mine. Mr. Belvedere, which was another favorite of mine. So he's in all the shows I liked as a kid. He did guest spots. We got Bobby Kiger as Patrick Rhodes, and he's kind of like the vice president of the Monster Squad. He's in the school principal's office with Andre at the beginning of the film, and he's like the co-star. His sister's the one who they think is a virgin, but she's not. Very cool character on screen. I wanted to be like him. Very nonchalant, kind of a smart ass. He was in the Monster Squad. He was in Children of the Corn. On TV, he was in One Day at a Time, the A-Team, Crazy Like a Fox. A lot of stuff. I don't know if he's very active nowadays, but I saw that he recently was going to be attending like a Comic-Con or a Horror Con, and that's kind of a big deal because he doesn't do a lot of those things. So be on the lookout for Robbie maybe showing up to a convention near you. That would be a lot of fun to meet that man. Stephen Mocht. I probably butchered that. He's Detective Del Crenshaw. He plays Andre's father in the film. So he's hold on one second. He's Sean's dad in the movie. He's in the Monster Squad, Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, Nightwing, and lots of TV. So highly successful actor throughout many decades. We got Duncan Rieger as Dracula. Monster Squad. He was in Billy the Kid. Air Bud, World Pup. he has history with wolves or lichens. So, you know, dealing with a wolfman. So I'm sure he could deal with Airbud, no problem. Blood Surf and Time Master. And those are two things I've never heard of, but it's nice to see that he's still working. He did a really good job playing Dracula in this film. Tom Noonan as Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster. He was in FX, Manhunter, The Monster Squad, RoboCop 2, Last Action Hero, Heat, with Pacino and De Niro and Val Kilmer, so that movie's amazing. He's had a really good career. Burt Chalem as Horace, my favorite character in the entire film because he was me. I was absolutely the fat kid growing up. I had a loud mouth. I had a little bit of characteristics of all the Monster Squad, but I was more Horace than any of them. Like a smart-ass Horace. Brent was in the Monster Squad on TV. He was in Small Wonder, which was that show about the little girl who's like a robot. It's like AI, like 40 years before AI. Super weird TV show. Only could have happened in the 80s. Punky Brewster. Loved Punky Brewster, the cartoon and the live action. He was on an episode or two of Mr. Belvedere, and he was also in Quantum Leap, 2 episodes of Quantum Leap. Brent passed away at the age of 22 from complications of, I believe, pneumonia. Brent's definitely missed. I wish Brent could have been around to see how much the fans love this movie and how much they love his character. I think he would have really dug that. Such a missed opportunity for Brent, and this episode is actually dedicated to Brent. So, yeah, this episode's for Brent, for Horace. We've got Ryan Lambert as Rudy. Monster Squad TV. He was in Sidekicks, Silver Spoons. Best known probably for Kids Incorporated. And he can sing, he can dance, he can act. What can't he do? He can wear a leather jacket. He can make weapons in shop class. He can get with your older sister. He can do it all. Ryan Lambert. Ashley Bank as Phoebe Crenshaw. So that's Sean's sister. She steals every scene she's in. She's so funny. She's in the Monster Squad, and that's kind of it for her, I think. There's some other credits that I didn't really find a lot on her. I guess she was originally supposed to be in Fatal Attraction, though, but she turned down that role to be in the Monster Squad, which she says she doesn't regret because she's made lifelong friends to this day. She's still really good friends with Andre Gower. Like, when we were interviewing Andre, he said that he was on his way to house sit for her. Because Ashley and her husband were going somewhere and Andre was going to house sit for her. I think that's just awesome that they're friends in real life. That was just such a cool little behind the scenes tidbit. Michael Faustino, Bud Bundy's younger brother, plays Eugene. Eugene plays a pivotal role in this movie. He's the one who calls the authority, the military. He's the one who has the funny scene where the monsters are in his closet and his dad doesn't believe him, but the monster's totally there. He doesn't have a lot to do, but what he does, he knocks it out of the park. Michael Faustino was also in Blank Check and Suburban Commando. So he was Suburban Commando. He's got to be Christopher Lloyd's son in that movie, right? And then he also did TV's Married with Children, Alien Nation, and Highway to Heaven. And Highway to Heaven is one of my favorite shows. It's such a dumb show, but I love Michael Landon, so I just really like Highway to Heaven. And I also remember Alien Nation feeling like it was a big deal, but it really wasn't. I just remember the commercials and stuff for Alien Nation were like, this week on Alien Nation. And then like they were always in like a courtroom or something, like humans didn't want aliens here, and they had the weirdest heads. They had no hair, and they had like little liver spots all over their head. They looked like Mr. Burns. That show got canceled like after 2 or 3 seasons, but they made it seem like it was just can't miss TV. Jonathan Grease is Wolfman, and this Slashamaniacs, Jonathan Grease is Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. He was also in Real Genius, more American Graffiti, not the first American Graffiti, the second one that bombed. He was in Fright Night Part 2, not the first Fright Night, the second one that bombed. He was in Get Shorty, The Rundown, of course, Napoleon Dynamite. He is just phenomenal in Napoleon Dynamite. I think the world deserves a standalone Uncle Rico film. I will die on that hill. And he was also in Taken and Taken 2. All right, now I'm gonna butcher this name. Leonardo Cimino as Scary German Guy, and that's actually how his name, he doesn't have a name. It's Scary German Guy. He was in Amityville 2, The Possession, Dune, Moonstruck with Cher, Hudson Hawk, and Waterworld. So he's been in a ton of stuff. His credits go all the way back to the like 60s and 50s. Lisa Fuller is Lisa Rhodes, so very lucky to have her same name so she could answer to her directions on set easier, I guess. She didn't do a lot of stuff either, but she knocks out. She does a great job in the scenes she does have. She's in Nightlife, which is a film I'd never heard of, and she was also in Teen Witch, which was another cult classic. And then she actually got married to the guy in Teen Witch, and he was also the bad guy in Son-in-Law. I don't have his name written down, but I couldn't stand him in Son-in-Law. He was the one who was dating the main character, and then like she comes back home and he wants to propose, and he does all that weird crap to Pauly Shore. Yeah, I don't like him in that movie. I don't like him, and he's also in the Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style. I think he's a land developer, kind of sleazy, not a great guy in that movie as well. He kind of just plays a great dick. You know what? That's all for the cast and directors and writers. Let's go to today's spooky sponsor. Since it is the spooky season, we're going to go to our first spooky commercial break.
Leave messages. We'll be right back.
It was late one night in the castle of the Chicken McNuggets.
What are you making?
Sauce. We're using my mummy's recipe.
Mummy,
This better be good.
It'll be great.
Does your daddy have a recipe?
Now you can get McDonald's Happy Meal pails for
Halloween.
There's a pumpkin pail, a witch, and a ghost that glows in the dark. You can get a different one each week until
Halloween.
Slashamaniacs, doesn't that McDonald's commercial just bring back so many member berries, and just it's so nostalgic? It just reminds me of my childhood and just really puts me in the mood for Halloween and the spooky season. I'm jacked. I'm hyped for this. I am so happy it's not 100 degrees right now. It's windy and rainy, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all the candy. Let's go. Let's do this. The release of this film. So this movie was released on August 14th, 1987, in the USA on a budget of $14 million. The film grossed $3.8 million at the box office, so it was an absolute bomb. Now, this movie was released 2 weeks after Lost Boys. So the Lost Boys had not the same concept, but it was kids and teenagers fighting vampires. And this movie is like tweens and 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds fighting the Universal monsters. It's similar. So I think it kind of split the market, and Lost Boys kind of took up the huge share of the ticket sales. Not because it was such a better movie, which it was a very good movie. Lost Boys is an amazing movie. It's definitely a top 10 movie for me all time, but Monster Squad has got to be top 30. I would have went to see both. I just think it split the audience, and I also had read that the Monster Squad had a really kind of poor advertising campaign. They didn't really know how to make the posters. They didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't really know what they had. It got a PG-13 rating, which probably hurt. They probably were looking for a PG rating, but it's probably hard to do that when you had people staking monsters through the heart with wooden stakes and stuff. I don't know, but it was a great film. Definitely a victim of when it came out and what was coming out with it. Bad marketing too. It was only in the theaters for 2 weeks before it was pulled. Never really given a chance. What do the critics have to say about this film? So Siskel and Ebert never reviewed this film when it first came out, but Ebert wrote on his website years later, he's all, delightful throwback to drive-in classics with an affectionate and skillful blend of elements. So yeah, Ebert actually really liked this film. So that's very surprising. It's rare for him to like a horror movie, especially one based around kids. He said his only complaint was it trended a bit too young. So kind of what I just said there. Maybe just a little too sophomoric for him. Maybe just a little too childish, but he definitely liked the movie and the vibe. So that's high praise. This man is hard to please when it comes to this genre. So that's a big deal. Rotten Tomatoes. Critics score 56%, which is not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. 78% audience rating, which is pretty good. It's good. I felt that would be a little bit higher, but definitely a bona fide certified cult classic. I definitely discovered Monster Squad third hand through a friend who knew about it, or his mom let him rent it. Maybe, I don't even know how he got a hold of it, because when I saw this movie for the first time, I was in fourth grade, which was like 93. And the movie was released in 87, so I don't know. I missed it. I missed it for 6 years. That's crazy. Because I loved it the minute I saw it. Let's do some fun facts and production notes. So Liam Neeson, the guy from Taken, I'll Find You and I'll Kill You, was almost cast as Dracula. He was the second, he was the runner-up, and they actually gave him a part, like a small, tiny part, to be like one of the people that Dracula turns into for a second. So like a doppelganger, or like something to, like, I don't even know, just another version, like very quick, blink and you'll miss it. But he never ended up doing the part, but he got paid for it anyway. Fred Decker, the director, and Shane Black, the writer, when they wrote this movie, they were inspired by childhood interest in horror films. They really had their interest sparked when they saw Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. So they kind of envisioned the Little Rascals meets the Universal Monsters. It's great. They knocked it entirely out of the park. That's the total vibe I get. They did such a great job with this film. It's so much fun. You watch it, and it feels like you're watching a 30-minute episode of DuckTales or something. It just goes by so fast. It leaves you wanting more, which I think is the highest compliment you could give a film. The worst thing that a film could do is make you wonder how long it is, how much is left, or when do you get to stop watching it. Those are, like, you do not want that to happen as a filmmaker, and they didn't do that. They did the complete opposite. What else do we got here? Okay, Tom Noonan, Frankenstein, only spoke to the kids in grunts and when he was in full makeup. So, total method, and it totally worked. I don't know. It totally worked in the sense that he's portraying Frankenstein, but he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. They're not scared of him. So I wonder why he chose to do that. Was he just, because he's not supposed to scare the kids, so wouldn't they want to know him as Tom, so they would be on more of a friendly basis? I don't know why that kind of doesn't make sense. I know that Duncan Rieger as Dracula did the same thing, which makes sense because they're supposed to be terrified of him. I know Kane Hodder does that on the Friday the 13th films he's worked on. He's in character most of the time. I don't know. Duncan Rieger, Dracula, had his teeth and contacts hidden from Ashley Bank, Phoebe, the little girl at the end when he's like holding her, and he's like got her right in front of his face. He hid the contacts and the teeth from her until they filmed that very scene, so it would have an impact and she would actually be scared on screen. So that was a good decision to do that, because she looks scared as hell when he does that. What else do we got? The guy who played the Mummy was cast by an ad in Variety magazine. The makers of the film posted a thing, said they wanted a really skinny actor, bordering anorexic, and Michael Reed Murray, I guess, was the guy for the job. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name, because I can't read my handwriting. But yeah, he got his the Mummy casting through an ad in a magazine, so that's kind of crazy. There's 13 minutes of deleted scenes because the studio wanted to film under 90 minutes, which is what we kind of just talked about. It's just the running time is so tight. The scenes that were cut, here's just a few of them. Dracula's resurrection by Van Helsing's stake. Horace freaking out while approaching a ghoulish house. So that would have been kind of fun to see how he acted or what he said. Horace kind of has a Vern from Stand By Me quality that I really like. Scared, kind of chicken shit, but he'll do it. He'll do it, but he doesn't want to do it. Until he has a full character transformation at the end of the film, which is one of my favorite things, by the way. There's another scene where Rudy is embracing Patrick's sister, Lisa, during the finale, so he actually gets to make out with her or whatever at the end. We don't get to see that in the final product that there is now, but I guess they cut it out. Kind of makes sense. He was hitting on her the entire time. Rudy's a cool dude, right? It only makes sense. Ashley Bank turned down the Fatal Attraction movie to do Monster Squad, so we talked about that earlier. She said there was just more to do. There was more lines. It was with kids her own age, and she'd actually get to see the movie in the theaters. So, and she's made lifelong friends. I don't know how many Comic-Con panels and Fatal Attraction midnight showings she'd be doing, talking about how her pet bunny was put in a pot of boiling water. She did make the right choice, I think. I would have made that choice if I was a kid. If you gave me those two plots, I'd be like, oh, I'm absolutely doing the one with monsters where I get to fight monsters. Yeah. Okay, Sean was directed to do his line like Clint Eastwood at the end of the movie. So he's supposed to like look at the camera, kind of break the fourth wall and say, we're the Monster Squad. So it was do it like Clint. Do it like Clint Eastwood would. So nailed it. Like I said, the movie only spent 2 weeks in the movie theater. Cable and video store rentals revived it and made it a huge success. So it made all of its money later on in the back end on video rentals and home video purchases and HBO and TNT and all these showings they had. All these kids, it just built an entire brand new audience that wasn't there to begin with. I just can't believe this movie wasn't a hit to begin with, but sometimes that happens. It's just the movie isn't released at the right time, or competition splits the market, or they didn't like let the audience know what it was about, good enough. There's just so many reasons. Yeah, that's it. It's really interesting. Universal, the company that owns the monsters, they didn't make it easy for the creators of this film. They had to make more subtle changes to the creatures so they weren't a direct like rip-off or replica. So they had to change stuff. So no creature from the Black Lagoon. It's the Gill Man. Frankenstein has bolts on his head, not his neck. Dracula doesn't have like the widow's peak. It's more of like a straight-on normal hairstyle. They had to do a bunch of that stuff so they didn't get sued, which turned out really well, I think. They had creative license and kind of put their own spin on the characters. I liked it. I definitely liked it. Fred Decker directed Night of the Creeps, like I said. 1 year prior. So he did Night of the Creeps in 86. And there's a scene in the bathroom with a bunch of graffiti in the bathroom. And one of the things scribbled on the wall says, "Go Monster Squad." So he has an Easter egg for his next film in the 1986 film he's doing at that time, Night of the Creeps. So if you're watching Night of the Creeps, look in the bathroom. Go Monster Squad is on the back wall there. Excuse me. Both movies, Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad, have the line, "Dead guys don't get up and walk away by themselves." So he snuck in the same line twice. It's kind of like a Tupac thing to do. Tupac used to write raps and he would include the same line in multiple verses or songs. I caught on to that real early because my brother would just play Tupac on repeat for like from my age 10 to 14. Let's go to our second commercial break, and it is another monster inspired product. Let's check it out.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Delicious! Very tasty.
They're here!
Who's here? Ghosts!
Our Count Chocula cereal! It's haunted! Yummy marshmallow ghosts!
Scary bats and spooky ghost marshmallows are haunting all the monster cereals. They're the ghostly part of this complete breakfast.
Monster cereal. It is that time of the year. They're all at the supermarket right now. I need to get some Count Chocula before it's too late. I need to get like 4 or 5 boxes so I can stock up on it. Need to try some Boo Berry. I've never had Boo Berry. Slash-O-Maniacs. How's Boo Berry? Pretty good? Which is the best of the 3 or 4 monster cereals they have? I know they have a Wolfman one now, but it's like a berry thing. Or not a berry, it's like a mix or something. I'm Count Chocula for life. It's so good. Chocolate with marshmallows? Get out of here. First time seeing this film. Initial memories. Saw this film for the first time at my friend Jeff's house during a sleepover in 3rd or 4th grade. It escaped me for 6 years. Can't believe it escaped me for 6 years. The things that stuck out to me were the airplane scene where Dracula escapes and, unalives the 2 people in the plane, flying the plane. For some reason, that just like, wow, this is really neat and this is scary. Wolfman's got nards, of course. We said that line for the rest of grade school after that day. Nards was what you called, you know, they were nards forever. Especially for the rest of Bangor Elementary, that's for sure. What else? It just is such a fun combo of horror, comedy, and kids my own age fighting the bad guys. It was just so much. I was a horror kid. I like scary movies. It was just such a more up my alley than The Goonies. I know The Goonies is a good movie. I enjoy it. It's fun, but I was never the kid trying to go on like go fight pirates and look for treasure. I wanted to fight Freddy. I wanted to fight Jason. You never saw kids do it. This was our chance to see kids actually fight real monsters. This was awesome. I loved it. I was there for it. I'm still there for it. Briefly discuss the plot. All right. A group of monster-loving kids team up to save their hometown from Count Dracula and his monsters for real. So they're in a monster squad. They're in the monster club. They have a clubhouse. They draw monster pictures. They love everything about monsters. They love horror movies. But they think monsters might be real. They're not sure yet. But they find out for sure that they're real in this movie, and it's great. Dracula wants Van Helsing's amulet, basically, to send the world like into eternal night or eternal like damnation. He wants to just like put it into eternal darkness. And the Monster Squad needs the amulet to send the monsters back to where they came from. So to save the world, basically. Favorite characters, least favorite characters. All right, this is going to be a fun one. Rudy, I see he's cool. He defends the weak. He isn't afraid to fight. He has great lines. I'm in the goddamn club, aren't I? Gets the girl, kinda. We see it in the. We never actually see it. But he was supposed to. It's implied. What else? Okay. Oh, he made EJ eat Jason Hervey, Wayne from Wonder Years. He makes him eat that Snickers bar that was squished on the ground. Loved that. Loved it. Reap what you sow, Dick. Horace, absolutely love Horace. Horace was me. Love seeing Horace come full circle as a character. Major character growth in this film. Probably one of the only characters that had major character growth. Scared, bullied, shy, reserved, to fighting monsters, pumping a shotgun at Wayne from Wonder Years, demanding that they call him his name Horace. My name is Horace, bitch, not fat kid. Being a recovering overweight person, like a fat kid, still battling my weight to this day. There are trigger words, and like, I don't know what it is. If like somebody says something like that to me, I'll file it later and I will show you. I'll make you eat your words. So I just love that scene. I love it. I relate to it so much. Slash-O-Maniacs. Do any of you guys have any memories from your childhood of being bullied, and maybe where you got to come back and prove that you were more than just some, something that they said about you? You proved them wrong. You lost weight, you got buff, you got the girl. Let me know about it in the comments below. I would absolutely love to hear about that. I love stuff like that. Who else do we got here? Okay, Phoebe, Sean's little sister. She steals every scene in this movie. She's so funny. When she is showing them Frankenstein, she's like, "Come on, chicken shits." So funny. She's just great. She's just a cute little girl. She wants to be in the club. I just remember being a little kid and wanting to hang out with my older brother all the time, and he didn't want me around. I just related to her on a few, on so many levels. She's got a mouth on her. She's funny. She's brave. Great character. Who do I not like? Obviously, I don't like EJ, Jason Hervey. He's a bully. We're not supposed to like him, but he plays a dick in everything. I don't like him on Wonder Years. There's scenes where I do like him, but I don't like him for the most part in that. I don't like him in this. I don't like him in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He's the one who got Pee-wee's bike at the studio. He plays just an excellent jerk. So I guess he's doing his job. And I also don't like Dracula, Duncan Rieger's performance, but it's because he's evil. He's the one trying to take over the world. Don't like him, but I'm not supposed to like him. So once again, it's like the wrestling kind of psychology. I'm not supposed to like him, so therefore he's doing a great job. So
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now it's time for the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm done trick-or-treating, and now I'm gonna go for a stuffed crust pizza at Pizza Hut. Yay!
Not yet, Pizza Head. There's one more place to go.
I don't think anyone's home.
Sure there is.
Hello, trick-or-treat! Interesting hieroglyphics on this pizza.
Quick, Pizza Head, let's go upstairs.
Hey, who lives here anyway?
It's your host, Count Steve.
Oh, nice place. You gotta go. I wanna go to Pizza Hut now!
The Count will be happy to give you a lift.
Hey, put me down! Put me down!
See you next time.
All right, we're back. Hopefully Pizza Face is okay when he went into that spooky castle and people didn't have him for dinner. And why is Pizza Face trying to have pizza for dinner when he is pizza? That's kind of a unaddressed question that I never thought about for 30 years. That's interesting. It's a weird one. A weird one. Did I enjoy the storyline and plot? I think you Slash Maniacs know the answer. Hell yeah. Kids fighting monsters, lots of action and laughs, great comedy bits, just an incredible movie. Just everything I wanted as a kid and more. And it holds up to this day. It's still, I still am into the movie when I watch it. I don't know if it's just member berries or nostalgia, but it's just like I enjoy it the entire time I'm watching it. It's a really good film. I wanted to be in the club really bad. Monster Squad, man. Only the coolest kids could be in the Monster Squad, man. Horace, Sean, Rudy, Phoebe, all the cool, Eugene, all the cool kids were in the group. I don't care if they weren't cool in their own school in this movie. They were cool to me, and I wanted to be in the club bad. That clubhouse looked like so much fun. We had a clubhouse very similar in my friend's yard. We would go around town and collect cans and try to get as much money as we could so we could buy as much junk food as possible. And we would have a party. We called it a party. And we would just eat cheap cookies, sweets, and the generic, Safeway select sodas. We'd pound those and just have a blast. We'd just go up there and listen to our Sir Mix-a-Lot tapes and eat all this crap. And we had a party. It reminded me of being a kid. We had Hungry Hungry Hippos, the board, the game up there. We had checkers. We had, posters on the wall. We went and stole carpet remnants from a carpet hut in our town in their dumpster. So we could put carpet in the fort. Just had a lot of fun. Favorite parts, least favorite parts. Horace. My name is Horace. To the bullies, to Wayne. Phenomenal. Just amazing. Rudy, I'm in the goddamn club. That's great. They both deliver their lines so good. Dracula calling little Phoebe a bitch when he's holding her up. That's like, I can't believe they did that in this film. It's a great moment. It's fun. Like, Dracula's not playing. Like, he will unalive a child if he has to. The part where Sean is watching a movie, like the drive-in with his dad, and they're eating Burger King on the roof. That just looked so cool and so much fun. I would love to do that. I was jealous of his relationship with his dad. I had a good relationship on and off with my dad, but Sean definitely had a good relationship with his dad. So just a really cool, neat scene. Love the clubhouse. Such a fun and nostalgic spot, kind of like what I talked about. Final battle in the movie is incredible. Rudy is kicking ass. Horace is kicking ass. Frankenstein saves the day at the end there because he loves Phoebe. So ultimately, Phoebe is the one who saves the day because she's the one who tamed Frankenstein. So Phoebe's actually the ultimate hero in this movie, believe it or not. Okay. Love Rudy making EJ eat the Snickers. Talked about that. Just, you know what? You're a dick. You're the one who threw the Snickers on the ground, stepped on it, and now you have to eat it. Like, when I was a kid, and if I was bullied and someone touched my stuff or took my hat or took my food or something like that, that is just like, you're trying to establish dominance on me or something, and I just did not like it. It's like, don't touch my stuff. Like, say whatever you want about me, but just don't touch my things. Slash Maniacs, what do you guys think about that kind of bullying? Like, taking stuff, like, yeah, that's, I don't know. There's just a line, and I would fight you because of that. I really would. Does the movie hold up today? Absolutely. The only thing that I would change is some of the slurs and some of the word choices they use. You probably couldn't get away with it today, but it's true to form because when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, we talked like that. We had potty mouths. We said stuff we probably shouldn't have, and it's realistic. And I think that helped out because it made me think that, like, yeah, monsters could show up to Coos Bay, North Bend, Oregon, and I could have to have my buddies and I form a group, and we would have to fight these guys. It made it more real and plausible in my head. So the dialogue, although I would change the stuff, some of the words they say, it was true to life. It's that time. Let's rate the film. How many Wolfman's Nards out of 4 do I give it? And this is going to be no surprise. I give it 4 out of 4. Perfect film. Highly recommend it. It's available on Paramount Plus right now. I want to get a copy on VHS, but it is super expensive. I don't know that there's even really copies of it on DVD or Blu-ray that are cheap. And if there are, I would love to know about it. Tell me about it in the comments. Definitely want a copy on VHS, and I definitely want a Monster Squad poster for my office and for the clubhouse. Slash-O-Maniacs, Slash-Keteers, I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you have a great Saturday. There's going to be lots of more great spooky content the rest of this month. I hope it's started off really well. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys are in the goddamn club. I'm out of here. Mahalo dogs. And I'll see you on the next one.